in the vaudeville. They had real talent.
Speaking of funny podcast.
Not this young stuff you had today. You call it funny. Speaking of funny.
Yeah.
So where do things go? What should comedians do? What should clubs do? What should security do? How does it work now?
I think it's so much. Go ahead.
No,
we don't know.
My opinion, because I actually got to jump off in a second. But my opinion is that we just gonna have to wait and see on this, because you know, if this does become a thing, every action has a reaction. So the owners are gonna have to do something, but they already don't like to pay for shit. So we're gonna have to see what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What is the cheap way to? Are they gonna start like making the waitresses take self-defense classes, and so now the waitresses double as you know? Ooh,
yeah.
Now if we could get a staff of like waiters and waitresses, and then like have them do kung fu or something like that. Like somebody goes to rush the stage, and all of a sudden they just all drop their trays and like you know.
And that's what. Wait, and now when we start recording, I'll tell you more about the skits ideas that you know, I was talking about, you know, in depth or whatever, so you'll understand. Right. It's a lot that's unknown right now for me. You know, and I'll say this before, you know, because I know somebody got to go, but it's a lot of unknown. We need to know if there was a relationship between Dave Chappelle could have fucked this man's wife. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what you know. Don't be
victim shaming now, though.
I don't know. You know what?
I'm just saying, it's so much stuff that we don't know. I really pray that they don't blame mental illness for this, because I feel like that is a cop out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So much.
I was just about to say, in 99.9% of circumstances, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but that 0.1 when your face matches the actions of your crazy. And in this case, when I seen dude's face when he was on the stretcher and handcuffed, and I seen his face and I seen his tattoos and all that, I said, yeah, this dude obviously ain't all the way there. Now, I'm not gonna say, you know what I'm saying, what mental, you know, he could be on the spectrum. And unfortunately, and we didn't get into this, and we don't have time to get into it, but there are a lot of comedy fans who are on the spectrum, and that's what taught me that when you're on the spectrum as an adult, you know, I thought they had caretakers, and they don't. You know, if society deems that you can take care of yourself, but they also don't think the same. Like there's a very avid comedy fan named Harry who he approaches all female comedians, and in his mind, I bet you it you know, innocently enough, he's just saying, hey, you're very beautiful, but he does it repeatedly. He does it every time he sees them. He'll follow you on Facebook. He'll try to voice call you, message call you, and all of that. If he gets your number, he's actually going to call your number. And again, but you know, he's on the spectrum, so you can't really just be like full-fledged, but at the same time, it's like, hey, where do we get to the point where we can take action on this? Because he is actually now, you know, being a threat. You know, so that's another thing that we have to watch out for is, you know, is the fact that mental health on both cases, both in the audience and on stage, is a factor. And a serious conversation is going to have to be had about that and security. But more importantly, you know, you can whoop anybody's ass, but what's that going to help if you're really crazy?
You crazy, right?
This is what I'm gonna start doing. This is gonna be my last thing before we head out. I'm going to start announcing at the beginning of my shows. You know, you do the greetings and all that stuff. I'm just gonna start saying, listen, it's 9:00. It's Thursday. If you know you ain't take your medication by now, then you supposed to take every day. Now's the time to take it. I'll take a 5-minute break. You get 3 minutes. Good. I'm just going to be a moment of silence for the medicated to take their medication. I don't care if you got to take it with a shot of tequila or whatever. Throw it back and do what you got to do. If you got to shoot it up and go in the bathroom.
That might be a bad combination. You might not want to say with a shot. You might want to just tell them to get some water, because it might heighten.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Some of the stuff you can't drink with, like antibiotics. I don't care what it is. If it's Zoloft, if it's Claritin, If it's penicillin, you take your medication. You see, I have jokes about mental health. And they're tasteful. They're funny jokes. I have jokes about mental health that I talk about anyway. But that's what I'm gonna start doing. That way, you know, they get their ass whooped. They get their ass whooped.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But this has been a great conversation. Special edition, like Sonny mentioned. Yeah,
it's gonna happen. Unfortunately, it's going to happen again.
Now, hopefully, it don't happen in another month. Nobody we know. You know what I'm saying? It happened to. I hope it happened. Look, I know it sounds bad. It's gonna happen again. I hope that it happens to somebody rich and famous who got like they can pay for the doctor bills.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? They get immediate, you know, good pain medication and shit, like that sort of thing. That's my goal. But
as we discussed earlier, there are now a line of comedians who I call it the Wish a Nigga Would list. There are now a bunch of comedians on the Wish a Nigga Would list. I hope the next person that decides to jump their ass on stage gets one of those comedians on the Wish a Nigga Would wish list.
Yes. Makes them, you know, makes them proud and happy.
You know, I would look like I know one. I'm not gonna say his name, but I know one that I read. I believe him. I want to see it. I want to see somebody jump on stage so that because I feel like, you know how in old fighting games where you beat the other character to the point where they're going,
yeah.
I feel like he would do that on stage, and then we would get a finisher in a moment. I want to see that ass whooping, but I hope it don't happen to nobody else. I hope it happens only to the comedians on the Wish a Nigga Would waiting list.
You should draft that. We should draft that list of who you think those comedians are and post it.
You know what? I got you. I'm working on that now.
Yes, do it, Sonny. I'm gonna ask you tomorrow. This time tomorrow, I'm like, yo, where's the list at?
Right.
Wish a Nigga Would waiting list.
And send us
all right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this has been an edition of Speaking of Funny. I am the legendary Sonny G, Sonny with an O, not a U, not a stripper.
And I'm your girl, Bella Spinelli, powered by Hughley.
Fuck these niggas.
No, I'm calm now. I only say that when I'm not calm.
Oh, so you start off not calm and then you calm down by the end of the episode. So it's not fuck these niggas no more. Well, no, because I done ramped up. So I'm the legendary Sonny G. Fuck these niggas. Since she ain't gonna say it, but you can tune in to, and thank you, G Wade, for coming in, being our moderator. You can tune in on Thinking Out Loud Network or search Thinking Out Loud Network on all your favorite platforms, YouTube, all of that. And from all of us, y'all be cool.
Bye.
Check out the Thinking Out Loud Network at thinkingoutloudnetwork.com.